Well, good afternoon, ladies and gents. If this is your first video, consider subscribing because things are gonna take off on this fucking channel here pretty soon. I am little fucking around with my S13. If you're new to the channel, it's a LS swapped, well, LM7 swapped 1990 240SX S13. It's my drift car. I just got done painting it. The only thing that needs to be painted is the pig nose front bumper. Other than that, it's all done. I mean, I do need to put a passenger seat. It used to have a passenger seat. I had an R33 GTST driver's seat as my passenger seat. And the S14, I sold both of them to get the NRG seat over there. And the flock dash, the whole 9 yards. So I just got done doing this side of the car, the driver's side of the car. I had to make a body repair, all that lovely jazz. Got the rear bumper on. Now the next project, and it seems like this is a very repetitive thing. I get done doing one thing, want to get it done, get it done, and to drive it and this and that. And then I'm like, you know what? I might as well do this and that. And well, now the fuel tank's almost empty, and I've been wanting to cut out the trunk pan, the spare tire area, and make in weld in like a cage and set that fuel cell down lower. That way it's essentially for fire mitigation, because the lower that fuel cell is and the farther away from the cabin, the better chance of survival of the car. I'm thinking of the car because I have a partition wall that I built right here, and that's all it's got fire foam and all that shit, so I'm not really worried about the flames coming into the cabin. I'm just worried about the mitigation in the rear. So that's what these next few videos are going to be. I need to adjust my doors too, because I'd like to keep this thing outside every so often. And yeah, so right now this thing, it's a 15-gallon Amazon fuel tank, aluminum. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the fuel feed to the fuel pump, put a cap on it, turn the fuel pump on, get all the fuel out of the lines back into the fuel pump or fucking fuel tank. That way that's all empty to the best of its ability, and that way it just makes it a little bit easier and there's not as much fuel spilled, because I am going to reroute some of these fuel lines, and I'll bring you along for that. I got some 3/8 steel braided line and all that lovely shit. So yeah, without further ado, let's crack into this. I will show you where I plan on cutting that, because I watched a few videos and they cut out to fit just the fuel cell. Well, I want to cut out that whole trunk pan because mine's in pretty decent shape. There is a little bit of rust, and I think that someone else can use it, because that's one of the popular spots on it's really, really rust. Now, this car was a Florida car its whole life, so if I can take that, sell it to someone on the cheap, and save another S chassis, it's fine by me. All right. That's enough talking. Let's get to it. Okie dokie. Sorry, I can't hear out of my ears right now, so I'll probably talk a little weird, but that is, it's cut out, all of it. I did get into the frame a little bit right here, but that's no big deal. Ain't nothing I can't weld back, so please excuse my exhaust hanger. So I got some of this flat stock from Home Depot, 3/16 inch thick, some thick shit. What I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna first set down right here, and I'm gonna cut it. And what I'm thinking of doing is taking and welding a plate here and fixing this, welding a plate here, here, here. I don't know what those holes are for, but they're getting covered. And then probably, no, I'll do right here. I'll knock that down. And then I'm gonna take this square tube steel that I have, 1x1, really good shit, and I'm gonna run across in the back, across in the front. I'm gonna box it in right here. I'm gonna box it in right there, make it square to the car. I'm gonna take some, I have some steel, and I'm probably gonna weld in some sheet metal. That way it looks all nice and pretty. And then I'm gonna take measurements for that thing and build a cage. So let's get to it. Alrighty, I got these all prepped up, wire wheeled the hell out of them, just to get all that thick shit. And then I'm using this It's basically a little zinc coating that you put in between, like if you're gonna weld on a plate, like rust prevention. Over here I have the plates I cut out. I did 2 at 2 1/4 for the front part of it, and then 2 at 2 1/2. I think these are the thicker ones, so 2 1/2 inches. Those are gonna be for the more rear part. So I have these with zinc coating on these because this is what's gonna go. So it's gonna be zinc to zinc, so zinc face to zinc face, and then I'm gonna weld it. And then I'll, after everything's all said and done, I'll paint it. You know? Oh yeah, little progress. What time is it? I might try and weld up that piece of frame where I got a little too happy with the Sawzall. So I got my hood and everything here. Yeah, I'm gonna do that real quick. So let me do that, bring you guys back, show you my shitty ass welding job I do. Fuck it. Hey, what is it? Oh, grinder and paint makes a welder I ain't, or something like that. Yeah, I think that's the saying. So okay. See you guys in a second. Okie dokie. Well, this is where we're sitting for today. I ran out of time. I got this all welded in. I just need to grind it and paint it. I need to finish this one, finish that one, and yeah, like I said, grinder and paint make the welder I ain't. So I fast wire speed and like medium voltage for this metal. You got to be careful not to burn through the actual like frame, which I mean it's pretty thick shit, so shouldn't have to worry about it. But I'll probably work on this again tomorrow. Fucking hot, especially welding. It's not fun. I'll probably jack it up, finish it up tomorrow, bring you guys back, and then take some measurements and hopefully get the pitches right with the angle of the dangle. So yeah, not a bad start. All in all, I'm probably an hour and a half, roughly, maybe closer to 2 hours into this, which in retrospect, you know, on some of the other shit that I've done to this car is not a bad time. So I'll bring you guys back tomorrow after I get everything finished welding in, and I'm ready for measurements. All right, I'll see you guys then. Oh, fuck me. It is not cold. That's for fucking sure. Oh, all right. Well, fuck. Check this shit out. All right, well, I got everything all welded in. I got all the plates welded in. Some welds are better than others, but like I said, a grinder and paint make the welder I ain't. Filled in the holes here and here. Just grind those down smooth. But I jacked up the car, put it on jack stands, and I actually stood in here, and it made it real easy to get to. Of course, I ran out of wire, so I change out some wire. But yeah, so I think what's on the agenda tomorrow is to start running those beams across and get those cut, fabbed up, grind it down, and start welding that shit up. And ain't nothing to it but to do it, you know? I just hope my fuel cell fits. I have a measuring tape in here. I do. All right, well, I was using cardboard to cover my feet because I'm wearing Crocs right now. I wouldn't suggest welding in Crocs because them fucking fire fairies jump right through the holes in the Crocs to get your toes. It's not fun. But, all right, bring you guys back tomorrow. I do this fucking step at a time because I work midnights, or afternoons. But, see you guys in a second. Holy fuck. Dude, it's hot again. Update, same video. Finally made like a little jig. I wouldn't call it a jig. My shirt is soaked. More like I made something for the top of the, I'll just show you. So this is what I'm working with. I had the fuel cell in here on this box to kind of, you know, get it to where I wanted it. And I took that 1x1 square tube and I cut it but I failed to, you know, cut it past, so I had to weld in some 90-degree steel stock in there. It's no big deal. It's not exactly square per se, but hey, it is what it is. And then I had the bright idea of using some leftover angle iron that I had from some ceiling shelves, and just use self-tappers to put them in there to hold it in place. So I'll probably start off welding this side, go from this plate to this plate right there to here, and then I gotta, because it's not exactly level on this side, which is no big deal, bring this side up a little bit, and then same thing, weld this to there, and that'll be done. And then what I think I'm going to do is get some thin, probably like 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch square tube, and just run it down and make the bottom part of the cradle, I should say, for the fuel tank. So, but yeah, we got that hurricane coming about to hit the west coast of Florida, so that's fucking sweet. It's supposed to come right over north of Orlando, come back out to the Atlantic, and you know, I'm having a sneaking suspicion that bitch is going to do a loop-de-loop and come back and hit the east coast. Sweat. But yeah, I'm gonna keep on keeping on this thing. Like I said, I'll just do it when the kids are down. So tomorrow's plan, I mean, I'm trying to fix this thing. It's got a transmission issue, go figure. But I'll bring you guys back when I have some updated information, probably when I weld that box in there, the square in there. But it's coming along. It's a lengthy process as anything with fabrication, but it'll be worth it in the long run. And I off-centered it, if you can see. I off-centered it to the left, to the passenger side of the car, just a little bit. My theory behind that is power to weight, or weight distribution, I should say. So that fuel tank is going to be lower, but it's going to be more on the passenger side, because before it was more on the driver's side. Now I weigh 265 pounds. So I feel like that fuel cell and that gasoline, all 15 gallons, will help offset my fat ass. So, all right, I'll catch you guys in a second. Quick update, couple seconds. Check this shit out. This is cool. It's pretty fucking sweet. Voila. So it's all welded in. I do have a few more spots to touch up. The back piece of that, back piece of this, the back piece of this, and then I am welding my tabs for the fuel cell. Fuel cell fits down in there. I'm gonna weld 2 more tabs back here, and then I'm gonna go across like that, and then I'm gonna weld 2 tabs. Actually, we'll see, because of that, where it like canters down. So my fittings are going to be on this side and stuff like that. But yep, just a little update. Video is not over. So alrighty, well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okie dokie. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. So this will be the last little iteration. I'm gonna finish the other stuff off camera, but this is it's in there now, so that's cool. My return is gonna still be in the same place, so I don't know why. I did need that because I'm gonna make a vent. So I think this side's gonna be the vent that goes out. Actually, no, this is gonna be the return. This is gonna be the vent that's gonna go out and vent to the atmosphere. And then I got the fittings down there. I'm gonna heat wrap my exhaust just for precautionary measures. And I am probably gonna close in this back half, but leave all of this open. And then I'll probably close this in and then mount the fuel pump and stuff like that on the underneath side of it. Make it look all nice and pretty, but this is what it looks like underneath. So I just used 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch tube steel, 3/16, and welded it in there. I'm gonna reinforce it. I'm gonna come off here, go to there, same thing on the other side, and then across the bottom. But yeah. So if you like that little video, hopefully it gives you some ideas. I really couldn't find any videos of people actually showing, you know, what they did for the S13 hatch, because if you want to run this at any type of track, you have to have and you do have a fuel cell, you have to have a partition wall like that. But dropping the fuel cell like that is optional. But if you like the video, like it, comment. If you have any questions, I can see every single comment. So, and if you feel like I can improve on anything, just let me know. I do need to get a hang of the time lapse, because I feel like that'd be a really cool time lapse of me getting all that lovely shit done. But all right, well, that completes this iteration, this video, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace out.